live from Palin Music Studios in Springfield, Missouri. It's Wake Up with Greg. Here's your host, Greg.
Hey guys, good morning and welcome to Wake Up with Greg. So sorry for the delay, a few little technical difficulties this morning, but hey, we got it worked out and we are here. So I hope you are here too. Didn't just decide, well, Greg's not showing up, we're going to go somewhere else. But no, hey, it's happy Monday. Great to have you here with us this morning. Happy Veterans Day to all you veterans out there. We'll be talking more about that throughout the show, I'm sure. Happy to be here with you all this morning. It's a beautiful Monday morning. For those of you new to the show, this is Wake Up with Greg. We're here every weekday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central, to show off some really cool instruments, wind instruments primarily, flutes, clarinets, saxes, trumpets, trombones, French horns. I think we, you know what? One of these days we need like a tuba, tuba or a sousaphone or something big and enormous. That would be fun. Hey, look at that. We've made it into the 1600s in the subscribers now. Super excited about that. Thank you all for your support on that. So that is a good time to also just remind you to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all of those good things. It really helps us out and I appreciate it. We got the live chat going on, so ask your questions, leave your comments, let me know where you're watching from in the world. I can give you a shout out, would be happy to do that. And we're still having a few technical glitches around here. So if you hear banging and crashing and any other sort of thing, it's Jordan just trying to figure his Monday out. We're having a Monday full of Mondays today. Or, yeah, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, great to have you here. I think I've said that a million times already. So, and I've told you to not exaggerate. So yeah, we're going to have some fun today, guys. I've got some music for you. I've got some kind of a veterans tribute today. So all kinds of fun stuff. So I hope you're here and with us, ready to have some fun and get this party started. But before we go any further, let's say good morning to Jordan after he's got himself all figured out over here.
Hey, I'm all together now.
All together now. Well, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Exciting weekend for you?
Yeah. I went to a wedding.
Do you have a wedding every weekend? It seems like
just about, yeah. I guess.
Lots of weddings in the air.
In the air.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I had a good weekend Saturday. We went to the Schofield and Gray Fall Antique Festival down or up over in Fordland, I guess is where it is. Yeah. So
that sounds cool.
Had some really cool finds. Didn't find anything actually there at the Schofield and Gray, but there's I think it's called Green Gallery or something like that. It's an antique store in Rogersville, and we found some really cool stuff there. So pretty excited about that.
That's awesome.
Always fun to have a good weekend. Johnny Apple's here. Welcome. Nope, still not Kyle Gass, but thank you, thank you for thinking of me. All right, well.
I'm good.
You're good? We're good? Everybody's good. We're just going to go ahead and do this then.
Okay. Well, before we hop into the horns for today, can you tell us about your shirt and watch? It seems like you've moved on from the short sleeves.
Yep. We are into the cool weather wardrobe now. And if you've seen the show or you've seen like the thumbnail for the show, this is the thumbnail shirt. This is the one that you get to see every day when it says, Wake Up with Greg is live. This is the shirt that you see. Yep, this is another Daniel Kermew shirt. Perfect for fall colors, right? We got all the orange and reds and greens and blues and all that kind of stuff in my classic paisleys that I love. So yeah, that's the shirt. And then the watch is my Timex Marlin. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, that was I got caught up there. Timex Marlin vintage style gold case with that really cool green dial on there, kind of an alligator leather strap. And this is a mechanical watch. You have to wind it up, which is a lot of fun. So Yeah, kind of very old school, very classic, but one of my favorites of all time. So there you have it. That's the watch. That's the shirt. I think we're just going to go ahead and dump. We're going to jump, woohoo! Jump into some horns here for you this morning. This first item up for grabs is it's a used horn. It's a I don't know if I would call it vintage. It may be, based on our definition we looked up last week, it may be a little bit more over 20 years old. But this is a great intermediate level horn. And you can see the case has got some use on it here. But this is going to be an absolute smoking deal on the website. This is a Yamaha YTR 4325S. Intermediate level trumpet, or step up, we can call it. In fantastic condition, really beautiful horn. So what we have here is a standard medium large bore. I think it's a 459 bore. We have a gold brass bell. I think that's at least like a 4.8 inch bell. It's a pretty good sized bell on there, actually. And then we have, of course, your bright silver plating. Random person, good morning, random person. Welcome to the show. First slide thumb hook, third slide ring, third slide lock there, adjustable slide lock there. Traditional lead pipe or tuning slide there. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Yeah, just a great all around. Good horn for any advancing students. So your middle school, junior high, high school students that are looking for a fantastic deal on an upgraded horn. This is a great one for you. This one has been completely gone through by our shop, fully cleaned and serviced. All your soft parts, your felts, water key corks, all that have been replaced. Valve port alignment, it's been set on it. Everything's been lubricated and adjusted properly. So this is a great playing horn. And it's going to be a fantastic deal on the website at palinmusic.com, or give me a call, 417-882-7006, or check out our webpage at Reverb, or not our webpage, but our Reverb page at reverb.com to find some of these great deals. This does have actually faux mother of pearl key touches on the finger buttons there, so kind of the plastic buttons there that look like pearl. So yeah, great little horn there for any of your advancing students. Comes complete with a mouthpiece, stock. Is that a Yamaha? No, that's a Bach mouthpiece. Bach 3C mouthpiece. Okay. So yeah, and comes with the case, the whole deal. So check that out on the website, palinmusic.com, or you know all the other numbers. You know where to reach me. Come on and reach me. We can do that. All right. Got a few more to show, but we'll get to those in a minute.
All right. Can you please recommend some music to us?
The music for today, I was originally going to go with a something Veterans Day theme related, but I was playing this song last week, and man, it just hit me. Not really any reason because of the song itself, but because there's a fantastic baritone saxophone solo in this song. But well, first of all, I mean, the artist is amazing, and I've shared her, I think, once on this show before. Her name is Basha, all right, and she was really popular in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, and she actually, I think her newest album just came out a couple years ago, so she's still going strong and making some great music. She is Polish, but all of her albums or songs are all English language. I mean, she throws some Polish language things in there from time to time as well. But this particular song is called From Now On, and it's from her, I believe, her debut album, Time and Tide, which came out, and I think, was that 1987? But the Barry sax solo on this song by Ronnie Carlos, I think is his name. Sadly, he passed in like 1991. But man, it's just a great. You don't get too many Barry saxophone solos these days. But maybe more these days than you used to. I mean, you got guys like Leo P out there who's just absolutely killing it in the Barry sax world. But it's becoming a bit more of a popular instrument because of that. You see it all over YouTube and everywhere else. But since I can't play this song for you, you're just going to have to trust me on it. From Now On is the song from the album Time and Tide by Basha. Listen to it specifically for the Barry saxophone solo. It's about 3/4 of the way through the song. And check out Ronnie Carlos, because he's was a fantastic saxophone player. So that's my song choice for the day. I'm going to add that to the Wake Up with Greg playlist right there on Spotify, so you can check that out and listen to all the music I've recommended on this show for the past 180 episodes. So yeah, there you go, Basha, and she's fantastic. You need to check her out for sure. And she actually did a song. The name of the song escapes me at the moment, but she did a song with Spyro Gyra. As you know, you saw the interview on Friday. She was on one of their albums. I think it was the album that came after 2020. Anyway, a little bit of trivia for you there.
Cool.
All right, got my Hawaiian coffee going. Trying to get my energy up. Good morning, Vincent. Good to see you here, brother. Welcome to the show. We're doing trumpets today. Got another trumpet, and this is another trumpet that is, it's new, but it is on special on our website right now. I'll show you this. You've seen these cases before, right? Traditional Bach Stradivarius style case with the kind of lizard trim on there with the gold hardware. I just love these cases. They're so nice. And this is the Bach LT 180S37. LT is standing for lightweight. So what do we have here? We have all of the specs of your standard. That slide lock is that's locked down. Can't move that slide at all. Here we go. Your standard Bach features. You've got the 125 lead pipe. You've got the 37 bell, hand hammered one piece yellow brass bell. But this is the lightweight bell and lightweight body. So this horn obviously weighs less than a traditional 180S37. This does have the medium large bore, the 459 bore, and then all of your features, your thumb hook, your finger ring, your slide lock. Water key only on the tuning slide, not on the third slide as well. But it is the traditional tuning slide there, right? Traditional flow, so you get a bit more resistance with that than you do with the reverse lead. But this is a killer horn, guys. This is one of the industry standard kind of horns that the 180S37 is the #1 selling trumpet in the world. And it is a great all-purpose horn that you can use for just about everything out there, whether it be concert, symphonic, jazz, pop, you name it, you can do it with that horn. So, and this one is no exception. And because it's lightweight, you're going to get a bit more of those kind of brighter overtones, maybe a bit more spread to the sound a little bit. So, but yeah, just an absolutely great horn. This is the Bach Stradivarius LT 180S37, S for silver plated. Gorgeous horn, guys. This is a great horn for any professional player in any symphony or concert band around the world. Great for marching band. It would be a perfect horn for marching band, as a matter of fact, with that lightweight. So it's going to be easier to march around with. So there you go. That is the Bach LT 180S37. You can check that out on the website, pavemusic.com. I was looking, most of these horns don't really have much in the way of engraving on them. So there's the Bach logo. I don't know how well you can see that on there, but there it is. All right. Bach Stradivarius. And that's not Stradivarius like the violin Stradivarius. It's a different Stradivarius. In fact, I've never really kind of dug into the history of the name on the Bach Stradivarius. And maybe it is a reference to the violin because, that being heralded as the greatest, not just violin, but one of the greatest musical instruments ever created in the history of man. So maybe it's a nod to that, saying that this, you know, this trumpet is the greatest trumpet known to man. So anyway, but they use the Stradivarius name on their trumpets and trombones. So yeah, anyway, if you guys know the history of that, let me know, because I don't have the exact numbers on it. Check out the inside of this case, really nice, very elegant with this, it almost feels like, almost like velvet, I guess, but it's very, very padded, very protective. You've got the embroidered Bach logo here, which is just very classic, very elegant. This is the old school way of doing it that I absolutely love. You know, well, this is probably the last we'll see of these cases, as we've seen some of the new Bach Strads coming through with a newer case. It's got an interesting kind of diamond, almost like a tuck and roll kind of soft pattern on the outside of the case, which in and of itself is kind of cool, but not my jam. Anyway, there you go. So that is horn number 2. We got one more for you here. I'll set this one aside, grab the next one.
Nice. Before we get into the last horn, could you share something cool with us?
All right, so here's where we get into my whole Veterans Day routine here. For those of you not in the know, Veterans Day here in the U.S. is a very special and important day. It's a day our country has set aside to honor those of our military families who have served and or fought in any of the, you know, the actions that we've had throughout the last 250, coming up on almost 250 years. In fact, this year is the 250th anniversary of the founding of the Marine Corps, or 2025 is the 250th year for that. But you know, there are a lot of people. I'm sure all of us have at least one family member, or you know, we certainly know somebody close to us who has served in one form or another. No, we've got a couple of days in the year. I mean, there's a Memorial Day where we remember those who have passed. Veterans Day is typically to remember those who are still living. Now, right now is when we are in the greatest time of loss for our veterans. You know, World War II veterans are disappearing rapidly. You know, because they're in that 80 to 100-year-old range, depending upon you know, how young they were when they served. So not a lot of them left, and it hurts to know that they won't be with us much longer. World War I vets, of course, are already gone, and then you know, and then we got Korea and Vietnam, and then Desert Storm, and then who knows what's coming next. But the way I wanted to kind of you know, give a tribute to that. And you know me, I love my films. So I picked a few of my just films from my collection that kind of represent the military history throughout our country. Now, there are a few missing because I didn't want to spend, you know, 6 hours talking about movies. But let's get it off to a great start. One of the first ones, and you know, just a fantastic film altogether, is The Patriot. A great Mel Gibson film talking about the Revolutionary War, the first big war for our country. Fantastic film, stars, you know, kind of goes through the story of a fictional character by the name of Benjamin Martin, but he's based on 2 or 3 actual characters from that time period. So great film, really shows, you know, what the war was like. Of course, you know, you get the Hollywood kind of, you know, factor in there as well that, you know, glamorizes it maybe a little bit too much. But great film, The Patriot. Also, I mean, all of these have fantastic scores, by the way. See if I can see how music by, I can't, oh no, gosh, this one's John Williams. All right. Well, holy smokes, how did I not know that? Patriot, John Williams, number 1. All right. Next up, we're moving through history. Now, there was the War of 1812 in between there. Don't know of any films that reference the War of 1812, but let's get into the Civil War here. All right, Glory, fantastic film starring Matthew Broderick, Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, about the colored regiments that fought in Massachusetts during the Civil War. And man, what an epic film this is. James Horner, the amazing composer James Horner, who did Titanic and many others, did the music for this. So also phenomenal score on this. And man, Denzel Washington, he did not, I don't know if he was nominated for this role, but if he wasn't, he should have. And if he had been nominated, he should have won. But his performance in this film is just outstanding. So check out Glory is the next one. All right. Skipping ahead, I don't know, 50 years or more to, I don't have any World War I movies to show you. World War I, certainly some of my favorite picks would be 1917, which is a recent film, and that one's completely incredible. I'm trying to think of the name of the one that Peter Jackson did recently, where he took all of that original World War I footage and then he time corrected it so that it, people were moving at the proper speed and whatnot, and then he added sound to it. He had professional lip reading experts that were able to decipher what the people were saying in the film, and then they recorded dialogue to go along with it. It's just fascinating. It's I want to say it's On the Wings of Angels or something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on the title on that, but great World War I film. About great World War II stories. One of my favorites, Pearl Harbor. Now, somebody may take me to task on this because, you got the heartthrobs in here, Ben Affleck and Josh Hartnett, Kate Beckinsale, Jennifer Garner. I mean, it's full of pretty people, if you will. But the story is true, and the story is fantastic. That's what I really love about this movie is how they took it beyond Pearl Harbor and into the Doolittle raid, which was a secret attack that we did on Japan after Pearl Harbor, where we had guys fly right into the heart of Tokyo and bomb the crap out of it. And the story of the Doolittle Raiders, if you've never looked at it, just look it up because it's a fantastic story. I think they finally have all passed, but they used to meet every year after the fact and share a glass of whiskey, to remember their comrades or their buddies that they lost during this Doolittle raid. But anyway, this is a great film. Also, fantastic score. I think this is Hans, and by Hans I mean Hans Zimmer. Yep, Hans Zimmer on that one. So, guys, you cannot go. Oh, They Shall Not Grow Old. Thank you, Penny. That's the one. Is the World War I movie. All right, so that's World War II. After World War II, we have Korea. I do have one, but it's a comedy, so I didn't really share it. But if you've ever seen the original movie, fantastic movie and a lot of fun. What is it? Vietnam. Okay. And again, there are many Vietnam movies. I mean, Apocalypse Now is a crazy one. Platoon, of course, is insane. But one of my favorite is We Were Soldiers. Another Mel Gibson movie. Go figure. I do love my Mel Gibson movies. We Were Soldiers. This is a true story about one of the first battles that the U.S. was involved in. And man, probably no more powerful film. He plays Colonel, hang on, let me get this right. Lieutenant Colonel Hal Moore. And then, of course, you got Sam Elliott in here as well, without a mustache, which is kind of cool. And he plays, just a really cool character in here. But those are my kind of war. Now, the score on this one, let's see if I can get who this one was by. Music by somebody I've not heard of, Nick something Smith, Nick Jerome Smith, maybe? I don't know. But it's a great score. I listen to it a lot. So here you go. That's my tribute to veterans. So in regards to veterans, folks, yes, we've got one day set aside. But don't let that be the only day that you acknowledge the veterans in your world and in your life. Anytime you're out in the world and you see one of those guys that have the veteran hat on, or even not, they're usually wearing some kind of something that will indicate that they're veteran. Do yourself a favor and do them a favor and go up to them and look them in the eye and shake their hand firmly and thank them for the service that they've provided to our country and the sacrifices that I'm sure that they've made. And make that a daily habit. I mean, we don't need to just set aside one day. Whenever you're out and about in the world and you see those guys, men and women, both of them, this isn't just a man thing. There are many, many female veterans out there as well. So take the time to honor them because they deserve it. And, I can go on and on. I've got, many military in my family on both my wife's side and my side. So it's important. They need to hear it and we need to honor them. So make it a part of your daily routine. And, I don't get into politics and religion on here, but I do love our veterans and you should too. And so get out there and shake their hands. All right, so that's my bit. I know that ran a little bit long here, but let's jump into, and like I said, I could talk about these things for hours and days if you want, but I got one more horn here for you. That's hard to say. All right, this is a Getzen. This is the model 3050S. Professional. This case, I don't know what it is about this case, but this thing weighs a metric ton, I think. It's definitely not a lightweight case, but this is another horn that is on special on our website. Oh, that's right. I remember why this is such a heavy case. I'll show you on the inside here. Very traditional, just black case on the outside, but it's got this whole accessory pocket up top where you can fit tons and tons of music and other accessories up there. So that case, it makes it a little bit chunky, if you will. But we do have a professional grade handmade trumpet from the Getzen Company, one of the great American manufacturers. Been around for probably coming up on 100 years, if not longer. Wisconsin, I think, is where Getzen is made. Does it say on the bell? Let me take a quick look here. Yeah, Elkhorn, Wisconsin, USA. Man, do I know my stuff or what? All right. So this is the 3050S. Again, a pretty standard horn, pro grade, medium large bore, 459 bore, 4.5 inch or maybe 4 3/4 inch diameter bell. One piece hand hammered yellow brass bell. I think, is this the one that has the silver lead pipe? Oh gosh, I can't remember. I don't think it does, but traditional tuning slide, Amato style water keys. Amato is the brand or the designer of these water keys. These are little piston loaded water keys that are really cool. Some people love them, some people hate them, just a matter of preference. The pearls on these, definitely not natural pearl, but they've got a really cool look to them. They almost look like kind of a tiger eye stone and kind of a white, but I think they're a plastic pearl there, but they look cool, so gotta love that. All your other traditional bells and whistles, first thumb hook, third slide ring, your pinky hook, double brace tuning slide, Monel pistons for smooth, light, buttery action on there. Great all-purpose horn, guys. So all three of these horns are perfect for any advancing player or professional player, student or otherwise. This also has this third slide lock there. So that third slide lock, for those of you wondering what that does, is it, in a sense, it prevents you from because you throw that third slide a lot when you're playing, and that will prevent it from just flying off the end of your horn. The one on the Bach is adjustable, so you can adjust the length of the throw on that. This one is just a stop lock, which will stop it or allow it to go free. But anyway, a little bit of info on that as well. So that is the 3050S by Getzen, professional grade horn, on special on the website. There's the details there on the bell. So check that one out. Take it home with you today. It has a little extra sock it comes with. Comes with a mouthpiece as well. This is the Getzen, a 1C? Interesting. A 1C trumpet mouthpiece on there full carrying case with all sorts of accessory room in there. So that is the third horn and the final horn of the day. So with that, I think we probably ought to wrap this up. I know I've been running long today, and plus we kind of started late, so.
Oops.
Not your fault. You didn't lock your office. Someone else did. It's all good.
All right. Well, how about you close us off with some wisdom?
I can do that. Some wisdom here. This is from a gentleman by the name of Jean Cocteau. He's French. He's a French poet, playwright, novelist, designer, film director, visual artist, and critic. So he's done a couple things. One of the foremost artists of the surrealist, avant-garde, and Dadaist movements, and an influential figure in early 20th century art. So this is what Mr. Jean Cocteau says about music. He says, all good music resembles something. Good music stirs by its mysterious resemblance to the objects and feelings which motivated it. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
All good music resembles something. Good music stirs by its mysterious resemblance to the objects and feelings which motivated it. That's pretty cool. I like that. So that's my piece of wisdom for you. Thank you, Mr. Jean Cocteau. He's French. Oui, very French. Have we had anybody from France chime in on the show before?
I feel like we have
I
once.
feel like maybe we have once or twice. Do love France. I want to get back to Paris so bad. I'll make it happen one of these days. Anyway, all right, guys, that's the show. Thank you for being here. We'll be back again tomorrow morning doing this once again. We've got Blue Friday coming up in a couple weeks. So be on the lookout for that. We've got some great giveaways and all kinds of fun stuff going on. So I'm going to leave you with this. Helping people make meaningful music is what we do. And when you're ready, I'm here for you too. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.